1. Eliminate triggers, foundation level control. Lust does not appear randomly. It is almost always triggered by external input. Modern environments are designed to stimulate desire continuously. Short-form content, algorithm-driven feeds, and visual exposure create a loop where your brain is repeatedly activated without intention. Over time, this conditions your brain to associate boredom, stimulation, stillness, craving, isolation, indulgence. This is not about morality, it is about neuroconditioning. Each exposure strengthens neural pathways linked to desire. This means the more you are exposed, the less control you feel. What actually works? You don't control lust by resisting it. You control it by reducing the number of times it gets activated. This requires removing or limiting social media accounts that trigger sexual attention, late-night scrolling habits, private unstructured screen time, environments where you passively consume content. You should not rely on discipline to ignore triggers. You should remove them before they appear. Practical implementation. Keep your phone out of reach during work. Use app blockers during night hours. Replace passive scrolling with intentional use. Avoid lying down while using your phone. The goal is not perfection. The goal is reduction of exposure. Because if the stimulus is gone, the urge never fully forms. 2. Control your environment instead of yourself. Most people try to control their thoughts. That approach fails. Thoughts are reactive. Environment is controllable. Behavior is heavily influenced by context, time of day, physical location, level of isolation, accessibility of stimulation. Lust is strongest when 3 conditions are present. 1. You are alone. 2. You are unoccupied. 3. You have easy access to stimulation. When all 3 combine, control becomes extremely difficult. What actually works? Instead of trying to be stronger, you remove the conditions where weakness appears. Practical structure. Avoid extended isolation in private spaces. Work in visible environments. Desk, shared space, library. Do not use your phone in bed. Keep devices physically away during idle time. Maintain a predictable daily schedule. This reduces the number of moments where temptation can grow. Key principle: make the behavior difficult, not the resistance strong. If access is limited and context is controlled, your need for willpower drops significantly. Frozy urge surfing, psychological control method. Lust operates in cycles, not constants. An urge builds, peaks, fades. Most people react during the build phase. They assume, if I feel this, I need to act. That assumption is false. Clinical understanding. Urges typically last between 5 to 20 minutes if not reinforced. The problem is not the urge. The problem is automatic reaction. What actually works? You do not suppress the urge. You observe it. This method is called urge surfing, used in behavioral therapy. Execution. Sit still or remain in place. Notice the sensation without acting on it. Do not distract immediately. Do not engage with triggering thoughts. You simply allow the urge to exist without response. At first, this feels uncomfortable. That is expected. But with repetition, your brain learns. This feeling does not control my behavior. Over time, urges weaken faster. Intensity decreases. Reaction delay increases. 4. Redirect physical energy into demanding output. Lust is not purely psychological. It is partly physiological energy. If that energy is not used, it seeks the easiest release. That release is usually stimulation, consumption, instant gratification. What actually works? You do not eliminate the energy. You convert it into effort, proven outlets. Resistance training, especially compound lifts, sprinting or high-intensity intervals. Cold exposure reduces immediate arousal response. Physical exertion has measurable effects, reduces impulsive behavior, stabilizes dopamine response, increases mental clarity, lowers baseline restlessness. Implementation. Train consistently, not occasionally. Focus on intensity, not duration. Use physical exhaustion as a reset mechanism. After intense physical output, the body shifts into recovery mode. In this state, impulsive urges significantly decrease. Principle. Unused energy becomes distraction. Used energy becomes control. 5. Build structure, purpose, and long-term direction. Lust becomes dominant when your life lacks structure. It fills empty time, the mental gaps, lack of direction. If your day is undefined, your behavior becomes reactive. What actually works? You replace empty space with intentional structure. This includes defined work periods, clear daily objectives, long-term goals with measurable progress. When your mind is engaged in meaningful effort, the need for stimulation reduces. Observed pattern. People with clear direction, consistent routines, defined goals experience significantly lower impulsive behavior, not because they are stronger, but because their attention is already occupied. Practical structure. Plan your day the night before. Track completion of small tasks. Reduce idle, undefined time. Prioritize output over consumption. Lust is strongest when you have nothing better to do. It weakens when you have something more important to build.